Oh, hello there. I just wanted to move my table out of the way. I moved my setup a bit. Not so you could look at me, but so you could check out the new guitar. Look at the nice high gloss finish and the way it picks up the light. Chrome pickups. So this is okay. So there's a serial number tag right inside the F hole. Okay. So this is Epiphone ES335, inspired by Gibson ES335, IG left-handed guitar. This is inspired by Gibson. Even though the history says that the 335 guitar was built by Epiphone originally back in the, I think, 50s. Epiphone eventually got acquired by Gibson, and Gibson started to make their copy of this guitar. So technically, Epiphone 335s came first. However, now the Epiphone is a cheaper mass-produced version of a Gibson guitar. It's owned by the same company. Gibson and Fender and Epiphone are all the same company. But this is the discount line of Gibson, if you will. So every Gibson guitar that's out there, there'll be an Epiphone version of it that's significantly cheaper. Like I say, this particular guitar, Epiphone actually built it first. So there's certain fundamental features of an ES335 that are markedly different from my S-type, my Stratocaster, my Chinese Stratocaster. Very different. Everything, almost everything about the guitar is different. Now this guitar here, interesting about Epiphone people, is the serial number is inside the F hole, and I'll talk to that about an F hole in a second. But there's a tag in there, and everyone says that if I key in the serial number for this guitar, should be able to tell me what factory in Asia it was built in. And some factories, or believe it or not, some Asian factories are more desirable than others. Apparently, this guitar was built in Japan in the 80s. Those are quite desirable. But lately, it's China, it's Indonesia, it's Malaysia, some are in Vietnam, possibly Korea, South Korea, and South Vietnam. And serial number will tell you what factory it's built in. In fact, I think the IG on the end, an ES335 IG, I think that might refer to and it might be Indonesia for I. I'd have to look it up, but the code will tell me where it was made. Fundamental differences between the S-type guitar and this guitar, starting at one end, is the tuners are different. In a Strat, they're all in a row. Here, they're side three on each side, similar to an acoustic. The strings are the same as my electric guitar. I was asking Buddy, said, do they require special strings? He said, no, it's the same as any electric guitar. This guitar is sometimes referred to as a dot. It refers to the circular markers on the frets. Some of these guitars, they're a diamond or a trapezoid. They're slightly different. They're different than this is a dot with a circle. So it's fine to call it a dot or an AS335 or just a 335. The pickups are different. My S-type guitar, it has single coil pickups. They're narrow. These are dual coil or double coil or humbuckers. They're also called humbuckers. And that means there's two in there. My Strat, I think I've shown it, but if you pay close attention, a Stratocaster guitar, they're narrow. These are twice as wide because there's two coils in there, and I have two pickups. I have the throat pickup and the bridge pickup, or the neck and the bridge pickup. Yeah, they're commonly known to be. They'll sound almost muffled. They'll be fatter and darker and crunchier, is what they'll say, than an S-type guitar, and it shows in this guitar. This guitar growls like it's got a snarl to it. Um, but again, it tends to feel the highs aren't as high. It's more muted, but it's a fatter, growlier, crunchier sound. Whereas my Strat is a lot more elegant, a lot more. They'll say words like bright. It's a lot more bright and hot, things like that. Whereas this is crunchy and dark and fat. So yeah, that's how you get. The tone is a lot crunchier. It's really got a dark, crunchy sound compared. You pick up my S-Type and it's way more high and airy. The main feature of this guitar, another main difference is this is a hollow body guitar. It's technically a semi-hollow body guitar. And this was I had a hard time deciding between a Casino, which looks a lot similar to this. It's a bit larger, but it's fully a hollow body guitar, just like an acoustic guitar. This is a semi-hollow body. It's got a wood plate down the center, and it's got openings on either end, thus the F holes. So that allows, it's similar to an acoustic guitar, the hole in the center. This has really nice artistically shaped holes that gets you a bit more resonance, a bit more sustain. Notes will last a little longer than a solid piece of wood. That's the main difference between this and a Les Paul. Are structurally very similar, but this is the difference. And when I tried a Les Paul is heavy. It's a heavy, solid chunk of wood. This guitar is nice and light, and it's a lot more airy. It's just a standard electric guitar strings. The only features of this guitar, it's dead simple. It couldn't be any simpler. Is I got tone controls for treble and bass, and I literally got a volume control for each pickup. So I can make this however I want it. The easiest is just to put it all on 10, and then this selector, I can literally select the throat, the neck, or the bridge pickup with the switcher, or I can have it in the center, which is usually what I'm going to do. Generally speaking, the neck is muted, whereas the bridge is more of a growl to it. And I have to mess around with it. It's funny. If I put my switch down, I can tell which one is on. If I turn one up and one down. So there's the bridge pickup. That's a crunchy noise. If I flip it up, that's off completely. I gotta reverse what I'm doing here. Turn that one down and this one up. And it'll be up here. Way more gentle. Way more mellow. The way I've been generally playing it, and the way I think I'll mostly play it, is in the center, and then have them both at similar volumes. But the thing being that I can keep it on center, and I could have one on 3 and one on 7, or I could have, all points in between. So again, if I switch to one position, is more to here. Or a blend. So as I'm playing, like I say, I can click from. Or just stay in between. This guitar is way more crunchy and chunky than my S-Type was. But you know what? It plays really, really nice. And I'm really happy with it so far. The other difference is my amplifier cord comes straight out. So I got a swivel. I got a 90 on there. Whereas my Strat, it comes in the edge. It comes in on an angle. So straight out was fine. I was like, man. Oh, and the guy at the store told me. And a good trick is to tuck this in here behind the, and then I don't have to worry about snagging it with my feet and stuff. It's up and out of the way. Other than that, she's still electric guitar. Love the chrome covers on the pickups. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm just getting used to it. I find this is so loud and the pickups are so hot that every little thing with my way the way I fret the guitar matters. Even when if I pick my fingers up wrong, I'll snag a string a bit. See, if I don't fret it accurately, it picks up every little snag with my fingers. It's the amazing thing about playing an electric guitar at high volumes is everything matters. Everything matters. I find half the time I'm muting strings and I don't even realize it. See, I'm not fretting that right. See, I'm muting that one. This one is a bad one. See, half the time I'm the C chord. See, if I fret too quickly, I snag my I change the shape of the chord as I'm moving my fingers around, and it picks all of that up. So you have to be really precise. It picks up every little mistake. Anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm playing much too loud, driving my family crazy, but boy, here it is, the ES335 dot Epiphone semi-hollow body guitar. I'm really loving it. Funny that it only sounds good on certain settings on my amp. Twin reverb is the classic setting for these guitars. It's an old-fashioned tube amp, and the buddy at the store says that's how this guitar sounds best. I can put some modern spin on it, modern fuzz and stuff, and it doesn't sound as good. I may maybe just aren't doing it right. Yeah. It's a way nicer little sound. Anyways, okay. Have a good one.